Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So apparently there's something to do with music here. Daz has certainly dropped me in the deep end. I've no idea. What? I show up late to these streams, I have no idea. I have no idea what we're talking about. But speaking of music, I actually do have the in-game music playing. I didn't realise that we could actually have the rights to it, so that's awesome. I never realised about that, why I've already been using it for quite some time now. So yeah, it feels weird. Do let me know if the audio levels are okay regarding the music, and we'll go from there, really. So we are going to go ahead and continue from where we left off regarding the Stalingrad to Berlin campaign. And it's been interesting so far. We did have a, you'd have had, oh, did I ever upload that? I can't remember. But you would have had to watch, yeah, I did actually. You would have had to watch the last episode either last week or the week before, I forget now. But it is on the channel. We did have forces, let's say, forcibly evacuated from Stalingrad area. Though the annoying thing is, we did have some motorized forces that did stubbornly hold out against the odds there, and against really what I would have preferred to have, to have happened, really. And now this is the force I'm talking about. We do have the 1st Division here. And, yeah, it feels nice to have this little bit of music, to have the actual one of the East music playing. That's quite cool. Yeah, I don't know what I can particularly do about this situation here. Damn you, you naughty. Yeah, it doesn't seem... I really would have to hope that they just route, to be honest. And there's a lot of Pioneer battalions in there too, which is kind of a shame. The Infantry Division has okay amounts of supply. The Panzer Division, obviously, they're beginning to run a wee bit low, I should imagine. Yeah, some Stokes in there too. We stand to lose quite a bit. But that Panzer Division has been shattered for the most part. It's not really much of a Panzer Division no more. There's still men in it. Just not that many. And not even mention the aspect of tanks. The only thing we have remaining in there is a damaged Panzer IIF. And some damaged Stugs there. Yeah. Yeah. Not especially ideal. So I've got to hope that they do run out of there. The divisions could be reconstituted. It's just something I'd prefer to avoid doing that, really. But as far as it goes, then, we'll take a look at where we had the actual battles. I mean, we see that we did have 3 battles over here, then, so they did put up resistance. They began with 18 AFVs. The enemy attacked, but never in... Yeah, you can see the amount of fighting in the air there. 22, 16, 14 shot down. 20 respond there. Sorry, 19 respond, 1 shot down there. Hey, doing there, Sarge? Good to have you, my man. Yeah, and you can see there, 2159. Again, hold. And here they were just observed. And they lost 3 of those, which is not bad. Yeah, but not exactly ideal. We did see further battle around this area. I bet sees where they drop supplies. Over here. Just the one, and then they routed, which is not a shock. They routed over here, but they did inflict decent losses on the enemy. It's just the fact that they lost quite a lot here. A lot of the artillery is gone there, and obviously their morale is reduced from that. Over here, they actually did manage to hold out until the 3rd attack there. And again, similar situation. A lot of artillery lost there. Or at least they got out. Here, we had the Romanians more or less just absolutely shattered. Motorized infantry and panzers, forced retreat over here. They did inflict a hell of a lot of losses there, to be fair. I mean, they lost a lot of the actual panzers that they did have in there. I mean, 58 to the 67 there, 91 of the 272 guns is amazing. But they did manage to knock out 242 tanks, which is, that was a pretty beefy battle. And if we take a look over here, then, in terms of the actual losses themselves, the enemy here, yeah, 120. Interesting how that changes. I don't know why that changes so much. Does that include the damage too, and disrupted? I'd have to read what that means. I forgot what that one means. But anyway, we can see there 121 T34 9041 there. Another 10 there, 42 variant. Or is that the KV? No, that's the KV, isn't it? Yeah, 10 there. Okay, yeah. So 8 1941s, 121 9042s, and then 10 KV1S. So quite a few vehicles knocked out there. Quite a few. Pretty large battle, really. You can see they came in with a pretty large amount of combat odds there. Well, combat value. So, they did a pretty good job, all things considered. This been in snow and in clear terrain as well. I don't think there's any level of fortification there. So, indeed. And then over here we did have, yeah, the Romanians attacked as they went to the south. And then the 376 Infantry Division was routed over here, which is not exactly great. So, oh, that seems a very light attack there, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah. So, all things considered, another turn really of having forces routed. Which is not too shocking, really, but a number of these divisions can be made ready now. We're currently in the air phase at this moment in time. I'm not entirely sure, really, if there's anything to do there. Do let me know about the music, by the way, if it's too loud or not. So, the weather in the air right now. Now, we're seeing snowfall in the south over here. We are seeing blizzards out here. At this moment in time, really, all that I have on the map would be fighters. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the reserves. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. I've been umming and ahhing about this fucking Wolf 190A4 squadron over here. They have 32 aircraft, with another 2 damage there. They can have a total about 40 in the actual group. I'm tempted to bring them onto the map, in fairness. Or I could even have them sent elsewhere. It is a bit of an interesting consideration. If I take a look over here, then in Italy, we did shift over a number of BF-109 G2s. For example, over this way. Some Focke-Wulfs over here, in fact, too. That's a fairly significant number, too, there as well. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So we have 35 there. They're actually equipped with bombs, which is intriguing. I think these are the ones that arrived today, in fact. And these may be ones that were here beforehand. Yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to... I don't know, actually. Let's see. We're at 84% there on the theatre box. In the west, we're at 86 and 90. Norway's okay, in fact. I might take a quick look at Norway and see if there's anything salvaged there. Finland's okay. North Africa, relatively good to go. There's a division there. I'm going to leave that there for the time being. In terms of fighters, what do we have there? Reconnaissance is quite interesting, in fairness. There's not that many to make a tremendous difference. Yes. Having more flak sent out to Italy and to the western front wouldn't be a bad thing either. Yeah, we shifted over Bulgarian. Actually, no, this is the first time I've seen Bulgarian assets over here. Yeah, so we do have some Bulgarians. Cool. Very cool. The Italians are here as well. Those are really nice looking aircraft. Okay. Let me go back to the reserve pool over here then. Do I have anything in terms of AA? We do have a number of Hausa battalions there that have arrived, which is quite nice. In terms of actual AA, these guys are pretty remarkable. They're quite interesting to actually have in fairness, due to having the 88s there. Now, AA doesn't tend to fight. It won't fight in a offensive battle, but it will fight in a defensive battle. It'll have at least the potential to do so. But I do wonder if that's when it's attached to units directly. Now, the question that comes into mind, Ben, is it worthwhile pulling this out to put on the map? I could have it attached to something directly, like, I don't know, It wouldn't be a bad thing to attach directly to like an infantry division or to a panzer division or something really of that nature, somewhere in between there. The 88mm may be potentially put into service. I can't guarantee that they would be, but they may potentially be put into service. But in fairness, it's like, well, they're great. They're obviously very good at killing enemy tanks, but they're not the best. The 88 is great, don't get me wrong. But there is the Pack 43, which I don't know if we have yet, but I think the Pack... Is it Pack 40? I think that's actually as good or a little bit... Yeah. So I'm just kind of thinking maybe it's worthwhile to have these guys actually sent to Western Europe, really. They're not Italy. Yeah, flag value. If I take a look out here. See, now these units are significantly larger than, aren't they? Flak value, I'm going to assume there. Let's try this UI exchange, because I can't remember I've ever seen FB beforehand, but hey. Do have some intelligence there, which is pretty cool. The air landing. How about in Italy? In Italy, yeah, we have 2 flak regiments, but that's about it there. So if I go here to status, go to air. Yeah, so we have a flak required for Hive, and it seems. Lacking night fighters, lacking low there. If I go over here to Western Europe. Okay, almost good on the night. Looks like we need more low. I'm going to assume like 20 mils and things of that nature, really. The Balkans. Or maybe that's just something else there. Maybe that's just the breakdown. I'd have to look into that one a little bit more closely, in fact. Yeah, but the Balkans, in fact, has more AA than Italy does, in fact. Oh, note that we do have a Luftwaffe field corps over here. That must have just arrived this turn, in fact. I'd have to take a look at that. That's pretty useful to actually have that another corps. Yeah, the Panzer Division over here, then. So they took on replacements there. Yeah, they're looking pretty good in fairness now. So if I take a look at where they should be. Yeah, it's just the medium tanks that they're building up there. Medium tanks, mortars. Importantly, they have their 88s there. Yeah. Just looking at some armored cars over here. Okay. Do we have any of the pack guns I mentioned? I've been looking for the 75, wouldn't I? No, we don't have them yet. Or at least maybe we don't have them in the Panzertheorie. I do have a Stamm infantry battalions here. Ah, there we go. That's the Pack 40 I'm talking about. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. We have the Pack 40 over here, which is 175. It doesn't have the range, though. That's a big thing. But it does have more armor killing potential there. That's a really cool picture. We do have a Luftwaffe field division there. Okay. I believe that, yeah, could do a little bit more there in Western Europe, perhaps. Italy's at 91. 94 here. We had an event regarding Western Europe, so I think I'm going to go ahead and have the Luftwaffe field division sent over to Western Europe. Like so. Again, if you guys are watching, do let me know if the audio is okay. Is it too loud? Is it alright? Okay. How are they doing in terms of their... So, they just need some mortars in there, and some light artillery as well, some self-propelled flak. A little bit too loud? Okay, I'll turn that down. Thank you very much there, Sarge. Much appreciated. Let's go ahead and get that done. Not yet, though. Yeah, some tracks are louder than others, though. So we'll go with that one a little bit quieter then. Okay, so Panzerjäger. They're good to go. They are sporting... Yeah, there we go. They're sporting D75s. Okay, so we can have them sent to the map. Oh, those might be the 150mm ones. Yes. Yeah, these must have arrived here. I do wonder how many of those were produced, but they're going to take some time there. Okay. They're at 70 and 70 here. Okay. They're at 70 and 70. Right. Do have some interesting support units out here. The 150s are pretty nice, in fact. They do have some good range, but they also have some pretty damn good anti-infantry capabilities. So I'm going to go ahead and get them sent to the map. They'll come in very handy. We'll send these to the map where we can then, so yeah. I very much like the rockets. Now, we actually do have we do have the beginnings of a concentration of anti-armor. Well, specialist units piling up in the actual... What do you want to call it? OKH support units, really. We've got the 2 heavy panzer battalions, or panzer companies, I forget which one they are. I'm waiting for the 3rd one to arrive in a couple turns. What I'm going to do is essentially have them given to a corps, where we expect, well, in an area where we expect to see enemy armor, really. But especially in, like, clear terrain would be quite nice. What are they missing? In fact, they seem good to go. They've got 100% apparently. They're just... Maybe some damage in there? Yeah, just there. So I'm going to go ahead and have them assigned to the map. Like so. Okay, so the heavy flag battalion. I'm going to go ahead and... It's in... That's one of those, isn't it? Like, where am I going to... Yeah, oh, there we go. So you can see the low and the high. I've never actually seen that before, so I'm not entirely sure if I've just never looked or I've just been blind. In fairness, I did have a smaller screen and I did have the UI small at that time, so maybe I just didn't see the goddamn thing because of the UI. I'm going to go ahead and have that sent to the map there. Make some use of it there. The flak regiments are really going to get a lot of value. And I may have a couple of flak regiments I could actually have sent elsewhere, really. Oh, so we do have the 150s over here. These guys are quite nice. Look at that range, yeah. These are very good to have. So they need to be transferred out there to the map. Really, what we need to concentrate is the armor. Well, yeah, well, not so much the armor, just the guns, really. Okay, so they can have a little bit more time. They can go ahead and get transferred to the map there. Additional causes do come in handy. We definitely have a command capability, and we do have another army on the way, in fact. I think the 5th Panzer Army will arrive next turn. Right, yeah, so we can see here they arrived another... Yep, and... Okay. 5th Panzer Army will arrive there to the map next turn. We do have a number of forces moving out there to various theaters. Okay. Yeah, the SS are moving there to Western Europe. I'm going to have the SS eventually brought in as an actual SS Panzergrenadier Corps, but we'll wait for that to happen. Okay. So my question began with the actual air complement. I need to go ahead and consult the OOB, not that, but the OOB over here. So... the amount of aircraft actually for the Soviets on map is actually really quite low at this moment in time. I mean, granted ours is just fighters, but I mean, that's actually pretty low there for Soviets. I think I will go ahead and bring that onto the map. I think so. Maybe I have it elsewhere. You know, I'm not really transferring many panzers. Granted, I think we did have one panzer division transferred. Might have been the 26th, actually. But I want to just rebuild panzer divisions more or less fully before we send them back to the east. Yeah, you can see their morale's good. So, they're just waiting on relatively... yeah, just on the tanks there. I do actually have a panzer battalion in the OKH, in fact. Let's take a look at that. Oh, we also have one here, too. They're refit on, they're refit off, so they're going to get priority. These guys as well do have some very good units. Yeah. So they're just waiting on some artillery there. Mortars. In fairness, they do have the majority of what matters, though. Yeah, okay. They are lacking guns? Oh yeah, that's quite... yeah. So how I'm going to use these units then, essentially, is... they're named Stam, but really I'm going to use them for the AT purpose there. So I'm going to allow them to build up so they can actually... well, I mean, these are really good guns. These are superior to the 88 in terms of anti-tank capability here in the game. So I'm sure as hell going to have them utilized in such a manner. Yeah, so I'm going to give them time. Let them build that up. Let these guys build up. Oh, we have the 105 variant there. British Schutzen. Very cool. Yeah, 160 there. I need to pull these assets together. The Pack-40 is such a good gun for us, really. Or is it that they're missing? Just mortars and artillery and self-repel flak. British majority cavalry. So that would be a support unit. They're a very interesting unit because they do actually bring some mass. So we don't often have that much in the way of mass. How many AT guns are they actually due to get? So they only get 3, which is really not that much. They're quite a good core support unit then, perhaps. But it depends, really. Like, they do have the cavalry squads over here, which do bring in infantry. And they do have the machine guns there. Okay. So they're really more suited to, like, urban areas and things of that nature there. So I'm going to have them brought to the map. Do I bring these guys? It might be worthwhile to have them in position. If I can deny the enemy... because I don't have bombs on the map, but if I can deny the enemy the use of bombs as well, it could be quite nice. Yeah, we do have a whole hell of a lot of cavalry in the pool, really. In fact, I can't seem to send them to the map. Never mind. Okay. I will have 86. They're alright, in fact. I'm going to take a look at that. 84. Well, let's take a look at the Balkans first. I've had a new screen for a little while now, so yeah, I got a new monitor, a second monitor, an actual monitor, which is really nice. So yep, enjoy that sweet, sweet 1440p. Should make things a lot nicer. Yeah. The funny thing is though, like the first one I got, like, well, the actual monitor that I got was faulty, so then I got a replacement sent out to me. And I've had this one since the 11th, but the thing is, it's like when I was like, well, speaking to Dell, they said, okay, yeah, we'll arrange for like a courier to come and collect the original one, like a day or two afterwards, and it works. It's just the actual power cord's a bit like finicky, and it had like a dead pixel on the screen. But they haven't come and picked it up. Like, they haven't said anything. It's now the 21st. It's like, at what point do I, like, keep it? I don't know. I'm just not going to say anything to see how long it goes. And then eventually I'll just be like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to keep it now. Well, something like that. Let's have some of these Italian aircraft transferred. Yeah, 27. I was super tempted by the gigantic Alienware 38-inch, but I was like, nah, that's too expensive. It's just, and I can't take it with me. Just, yeah, it's too expensive, too big. Bear in mind, I wouldn't buy an Alienware screen, monitor, whatever you want to call it, unless it's on sale and with student discounts, so I did both, so thank God for that. Okay, so that's going to up the air strength of Italy quite nicely. I'm going to go ahead and have this Focke-Wulf squadron sent out to Western Europe then. Job's a good one. Job's a good one. Excuse me. Okay, Fairmill's cool. Right. With that done, we'll go ahead and end the air phase. Yeah. Weather has improved in the south, but not in the north, and they don't have all that much in the way of actual aircraft at the moment. I don't think they'll be super keen to fly sorties immediately afterwards, but we'll see. It'd have been nice to have had another squadron in the east, but I can bring that in slowly. I've got to make sure that I can actually look after the other theatres first and foremost. Air isn't as much of a problem here. We generally do have fighters in place to cover. As long as we can cover, it does lessen the actual ability of the enemy. Not by much, but it does help. Yeah, so neither side flew there, which is fine. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the actual front then, get a stay of the front here. We did, and this is actually pretty incredible. If you guys didn't see the battles that we had last time, we had a absolute giant one here. Absolutely massive. You can see just how much a difference the fortification made there. So 258, 235 there. You can see that mixed flag battalion did participate here, it seems. You can see that, yeah, really, it's the two divisions in the heavily entrenched positions. I think level 1 represents like water. No, sorry. I think level 1 represents like trenches and things of that nature. No. Sorry. I think level 1's meant to represent like dugouts and things of that nature, light fortifications. I think level 2 is like trench networks, and 3 is like pillboxes or something of that nature. I forget how it explains in the manual. But yeah, you can see here the Soviets did take a pretty substantial amount of casualties there. They had so many guns too. They lost almost all of their AFVs. It was a pretty big battle there. No air support, but yeah. That you can see really just how much a difference, well, how much artillery contributed alone there. That's a lot of firepower. And then again, really, but the issue is it brought us from level 3 down to level 1 over those two attacks. It did blood these divisions though. We haven't seen the 20th Guards Rifle Corps. But yeah, you can see quite a lot fought in the battle here. But the issue is it now leaves us in a rather delicate position. A good thing that certainly helped these guys is that I believe they may potentially have had... Their morale really is up high now as well, which is really good. Really makes a big difference there. If I could keep that morale high, that's fantastic. Generally good standing there. Yeah. It's difficult because I need to deal with this. I do have a Panzer Division here, the 27th Panzer Division. But the issue is, what is going to help me here? Because I'm in a wee bit of danger here of being cut off. I could do with actually having this unit force back. And then potentially drawing forces in towards the town over here. It feels like such a shame to abandon this position. But in fairness, it's like we did come into a heavy attack over here during the turn. And the Orel, the Orel cursed line is really not your best friend. It is, in fact, one of the worst positions you can actually have to defend. Over here, we're relatively well off. We do have a lot of actual defensive terrain there. Can you say fire brigade? Yeah, exactly. Shoot, that is the entire point there. Yeah, that is the entire point. We do have more forces over here, thankfully, and it does mean I can reform the SS Cavalry Division over here, which is going to come in handy. But yeah, we did have some interesting battles, in fact. They were rather bloody for the Soviets along this front here. Rather bloody. Not so much this one. But here is really where the line almost buckled. You can see there, for the cost of about the cost of 600-ish men, they suffered... Yeah, they suffered, like, what, 9,000 men gone? I don't know, maybe about 100, 200 guns and over 100 tanks. The tank loss is really relatively small, but the amount of men lost there is pretty large. And that's almost like having a division worth of men. Well, effectively, it is like the Tifa division being wiped out there maybe once or twice. I'm not terribly familiar with the Soviet Rifle Division TOEs, in fact, but I know it's probably equivalent to a German infantry TOE. Yeah, so we also do have forces down here as well. 17th and 4th Panzer. We also do have the 18th Panzer. They have been over the last couple of turns, just really rest them here. The benefit is that while they are here, they are able to dig in with their awesome construction value. And they're not drawing freight from the front. They're drawing freight, of course, but they're not drawing it from the front. Yeah, having a good old 202 Construction value. They're not drawing all that much in fairness. Oops. Yeah. And I think that's due to the fact that the things that they need are panzers, really. And those are not easy to come by. So yeah, in fairness, I'm not entirely sure how I want to proceed with those panzers there. The enemy is obviously building a force over here. We were able to isolate this division here. It doesn't mean I can destroy, but it does mean that this division is isolated. The rail has been cut, unfortunately. As far as it goes, though, we do see a transition of force over this way, it seems. I do have some divisions I can head that way, which is a pretty big deal there. Almost everything from the 6th Army at Stalingrad has been able to evacuate in one sense of the word or another. So I'm going to continue that. Really, I need them to... yeah, and as I move forces away and towards the actual rear over this way, that's definitely going to help out. Right. There's been a firm commitment by our force, well, by myself here, really, just to not abuse rail. I don't want to, like, over... yeah. If they can walk, they can walk, is what I'm saying, essentially. Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here, then, is they can... it'd been nice if I could have continued to build up some fortifications somewhere, but they can make their way out this way. They're going to head towards this area of the line here. We did have the 17th. We just withdrew from the Kaban, really, for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and get that started down here, then. Well, get it underway. Okay. 8,000. They could do with having some time to build up, really. So, 9th Infantry Division can go there. 73rd can go there. That's pretty much overkill for the most part. 4,000 men there. Mountaineers and Mountain. Really quite good. Sevastopol there being rough. Okay. 6,000. I think I may have the Luftwaffe Field Division there reinforce the position over here. 14, 14, 8. But this is Mountain. I don't know if they can actually obviously invade that. I mean, it's Mountain and it's a remaining Mountain Division there. They're about as good as it gets there. How is that supply situation? Oh, I saw a 0 and thought it might have been a supply bet. Yeah, they're good to go. Over here then 14, which isn't that high. Over here clear. Okay. 16. I find that one to be a little bit confusing there. That should be higher. Construction value not really high there. Okay. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is 19. Shift this unit out this way. They can remain there for the time being. Oops. Actually, in fact, I thought they could move down there, but they can't as of yet. Okay, so they can begin to move that way. I'm going to go ahead and turn the roads on here. Right, they can go there. Where do I have a depot here then? So depot there. I'm going to go ahead and establish a depot here then, in fact. That'll help us out. You can see that this rail network is a wee bit stressed, to say the least. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. I'll go ahead and make that a free. In fact, 2. There we are. Yeah, I may have been having too much freight, actually, because we have a lot of freight here. Like, almost, we are full on freight. So, I may have had that actually assigned too high in the priority system. So we do have freight moving down that way. Not that much, but then again, they can't handle that much more, because there's a lot of freight down this way. Okay. Well, they can move in there to actually help, build up the fortifications. They can move here. And what I'll likely go ahead and do is just place them under the command of Army Group A or Army Group B. Something of that nature. We do remain in Kreischer for the time being, and Mycop. It's going to be a shame to lose out on bees here, but it is better to pull back at this point. Can't hold the area with just nat force. Okay. Importantly, reform the division here. Yeah, I just need to get men marching. Get them marching up this way. I can actually have enough forces around Rostov and etc. then to hold the area. Which is really going to be better for me to march in that way. That way I'm closer to Depot, but I'm closer to Depot there anyway. There's no road, so maybe I just want to go for the distance more than anything else. There's freight here. I'll go this way. I'll go to where the actual depot is. They can go that way too. Line division can go that way. Okay. FBD. Now the FBD is 590 there. What do I have there? An infantry division, in fact. Oh, it's one of those that route events, so yeah, that can head that way. I'm going to go ahead and have that assigned. I think it's Army Group A, but I had the others assigned to. Yeah, so that can go to Army Group A. Having a new corps on the map would be quite nice, actually, because I could use that as like a corps to just really build up strength once more. So they can take that. And I've got the cavalry. So I do have an FBD here already, in fact. What I shall do is... Right, that can move over here. And... that can move to Rostov. Now, I don't mind putting stress on it on this line here, so I'm evacuating out of here anyway. We'll go ahead and disband said depot here. Right, there we are. Yeah, 17th Army can pull out. What do I have there? They can just bugger off somewhere. They're not even really needed anyway. They're just a necessary part to have on the map. 17th Army can move over here to Rostov. Yeah, you can see that we're already at maximum capacity here. So what I should be able to do then is... I could more than likely move out elsewhere. So they can have 50k. I just really want to increase the amount of capacity that I can have in this area. That's the big thing here. What can they handle? What do they have in terms of rail yard? That's a big thing. Might be worthwhile to move Army Group B up this way in fairness. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move you there. I'm going to go ahead and actually grab Army Group B. That can move over here to Kharkov. And then I'll have it moved up elsewhere. But for the time being, it can move to Kharkov. Having that amount of support there should... excuse me. Shouldn't really help them. And I could go ahead and have this actual corps directly assigned to Army Group B then, in that case. That should enable them to more easily secure replacements. Okay. Right. 60k still, which is good. Okay. I can move that way. These independent infantry division, regiments over here can move that way. At least then I get some more security out there. They can move over here. Okay. I have a depot on here. That'd be a wise idea to build up. Right, there we are. Another independent over here then, so they can go under the command of Army Group A. And they can also move there then. So at least then now you have some legitimate strength there. I can actually freely move out the cavalry division there without worry. Have these units out here then. Okay. Oh, don't want to do that. Disband. Be ashamed to lose that. But it's got to go. Had we maybe pulled out from this area in the first place, at least a little bit quicker, we might have been able to maintain some victory points elsewhere in theory. Let's see. I'm going to hold that point there for the time being. I'm going to reduce that down to priority 1. I just want to have some sort of like rear guard there. Okay. Then of course they can march north. I do have that port over there, which is going to suck to lose because I love having ports, but yeah, we're going to lose these ports anyway, so it is what it is. They can move up there. Ooh, that is a unassigned Panzer Corps. Interesting. Oh, you're under the 17th Army direct then. Okay. Move to that corps. There you are. In fact, can I... Yeah. I kind of wanted them to soak up that, if that makes sense. Defray that area, I mean. In theory, it says something about it matter when it's meant to move around, but I didn't quite see that there. But it's one of those of where freight isn't the worry per se. Now, if we take a look over here, then in terms of supply stores, like we've got 312 in the pool there. Obviously, it's going to move out, but yeah. See, the thing is, you'd probably be able to notice vehicles in the depot, perhaps. Oh well. Right, the Panzer Corps here then can move to the north. Ah, right, yes, I do have that Panzer. Okay. Well, it's a Mountaineer Corps, in fairness. That can just temporarily go into the command of 17th Army. I'm going to go ahead and actually have these return. Actually, how are they doing? How are they doing? Okay, their TOE is good there. So they can go ahead and go to OKH. Okay, they can similarly go to OKH. I want to try and grab... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take these support units away from these guys. They're going to be rebuilt. Those support units are going to be benefiting them again in the near future anyhow. But it's like things like this I want to have returned where I can, really. How is that doing? Okay. This can go to reserve. Have those stugs rebuilt and deployed elsewhere when needed. I really do want these construction battalions, though. They're not going to be doing anything right now, so I sure as heck want to have them more... well, deployed more targetedly. More specifically. I don't know how you want to pronounce that. What do I have here, then? Ooh, yeah. They have those big old boys. Yeah, you can see they do a lot of damage there. They would, I'd imagine, be pretty fantastic in siege scenarios, just being able to hit and damage infantry. Again, they can go there. There. Yeah, and we do have the artillery here. Pretty staying. Okay, H isn't going to do then any harm. Okay. Right, we're looking fine now. Let's do a double check. Well, actually, what I can go ahead and do, and I should make more use of this. There's one for units attached. Units attached, okay. So I think light green means that there's no units attached there. Likely so. This guy over here then doesn't need that artillery. It is a wee bit of a luxury to have this out here, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is have the Luftwaffe Field Corps moved into here then when it arrives. But I don't need to have, well, I don't need to have these support units wasted. Right. That'll do for now then. Romanian Cavalry Corps is in a very wild position. So you say the least there. Do you have another Romanian infantry over here, which is good. That question comes down to where to have them deployed, really. What is their construction value? 5-5. That's pretty good for the Romanians. What's the terrain here? Clear, that is all. Okay. I wager that we are going to need to start digging in around this area. Army Group A. What is our capacity then? Right, so I'm at 30k there then. So Army Group A can move over here eventually now. That takes us up to 60k. The infantry here then. That is urban. Okay. What I can go ahead and do then is utilize these guys over here to start just digging in positions, really. We are starting to get something here. I just really need to build up on the logistics here. We're not going to have a lot of time to dig in. that's going to be quite obvious here. Something I do have to point out is that these guys did spend a lot of trucks out here. Really kind of sucked to lose 31 vehicles there. I cannot do that again. Well, I can, but I don't want to do that again. Because it kills their combat capability pretty quickly. We're at the point now where we have about enough. What we should have. But again, yeah, I don't want to lose more. Because if I lose more trucks, I lose mobility, I lose combat, combat effectiveness there, really. So we're going to avoid that one. So we are going to have a big pullback from this area this turn, really. There's not really any need for us to stay here now. It's a shame that these guys may or may not survive. I don't know. But there's nothing that can be done for them. Nothing indeed. So in fairness, we are looking pretty good now. I mean, this is a turn where we can actually salvage this situation. But it's also the turn when I need to establish positions here still. Like, I've got level 2 forts over here. I've got something there in this area. That one out here is not worth holding on to, but effectively I do want to maintain these positions here with infantry, but I do need to have other forces pull back. If I could put up some blocking forces out here, that'd be great. Where the hell is the other elements of this? I've got the other element for the 18th there. That sure as heck needs to be rebuilt there. I think it might have been an element of the 18th that was actually shattered, in fact. There's the other elements of 4th Romanian. That's 1st Romanian, yeah. They're not really in great state right now. But they do have construction value and they do put out as under control. That's always a good thing. Okay. These guys are in good shape, in fact. Pretty good shape. What I'm going to go ahead and do is unready units need to be evacuated from the front. They're just not worth having there. There's a hell of a lot of headquarters out here, in fairness. Okay. I need something here. What I'd like to do is have more... well, Germans can maintain a position out here with the infantry to a degree. I think at least 2 German divisions stacked with Romanian if I can manage it. That'd be nice. But things like the Panzers need to be brought in. Yeah, just take a look at the trade loss there. Attrition there is horrendous. I might have misread that earlier then. Oh, so it wasn't that bad, but still, yeah. So use 23, yeah. So I was reading the wrong thing here, but yeah. Down to headquarters. Okay. Excuse me. That's a German division too. How the heck is Army Group A? There's Army Group A. Actually, it makes no sense to have more on that can actually benefit. Okay. So I've got 2 fresh divisions, relatively fresh. I can move out that way. I think really what I want to do is just pull the Romanians back and just try and build them up into force, to be honest. How is that a group A? That's B. Yeah, A can handle it. If I had noticed, I could have them attached to a Romanian army there. Romanian. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just have them under Army Group A now. It's just so I can actually see what's what at a glance. Yeah, the forces here sadly have to pull out. If it's not ready, it doesn't stay. I mean, that's barely up there, really. This is certainly an army group in retreat here. Granted, though, I mean, what I've got on the front line, that kind of says it all, really. They do have more actual squads there. Oh, so the actual Romanian Guard could be used then. That's, well, Romanian Infantry. 4th, I should say. I would very much like to actually reform the 4th if I could. Okay. Idea is I just have like single divisions behind here. I may even have the Romanians utilized in that way. Just really want to have some depth there. Just try and slow them. It'd be great to pull back immediately, but I can't afford to do so. To pull back immediately is to really open us up to additional pressure. I need some turns, like a turn or two, where I can actually get some men into these divisions that are moving back this way. That'd be ideal. That would be ideal. Alright, so seconds down here to events. So I could actually reform the seconds. Possibly. Yeah, there we are. Obviously they're not in a great state, but I'd rather have them as the actual full division than spread out like that. Okay. This area here, I mean, the rail line is very important to actually maintain to an extent. Just put pressure on the line here. but I don't want to have it as the priority. Okay. There's a whole lot of forces out here. There's a whole lot of commands and a lot of headquarters. But yeah, the men aren't quite there right now. They can be though. That's the big thing. In terms of the actual pool, like our German manpower pool here then, yeah, so 73 there at the moment. In terms of pool, so it's 1,839 there. 1,800, yeah, okay, so it's about half and a half there, interestingly. Yeah, so we do have nearly 2,000 squads here. And that's quite a lot of men. That's quite a lot of men. That should be able to replace the ones lost. And bring them back up to scratch there, really. Again, that's a major shame. Ooh, that's a lot of headquarters. Croats, they... I really want to have that as a support unit. It's such a fantastic thing to actually have another regiment, because you can essentially create very interesting divisional TOEs. Really, you can have like a German infantry division, and then you throw in another regiment in there. You can throw in some like actual more dedicated support, but you just get a lot from a regiment. You just have all the intrinsic elements of the regiment there. You get 108 rifle squads, which is a lot of men. That's a lot of men there. Not so much in the way of Pioneer, but yeah. Extra MGs, extra artillery. Not a whole lot, but it's the men really that you get in there. That's the big thing. And obviously this being a reinforced infantry regiment is larger. It's quite handy. Yeah. Do I have infantry out this way? A lot of panzers. A lot of panzers. I wish they'd pulled out. Oh well. Alright. They're done ready. It goes. I don't really have a defense here. I'd really like to have something there, then kind of like there. Then have something behind. Thankfully they're ready now. Oof. Ah, so many units. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put the remainings out this way. It's nothing amazing, but I need to have watch if I can. Like, Slovakian's been nice to reinforce this area to a degree. What's morale? Yeah, 65 is actually pretty good. And they use their own Slovakian stuff, in fact, which is interesting. Yeah, they're relatively okay. They don't have... oh, they do have an LMG, though. That's okay. A little bit lighter in firepower. That's not bad. Oh, it's just the pack there. Couple tanks. Yeah, check tanks there. Oh, check Slovak tanks. Not bad. Yeah, that'd be great to have out there. Okay. That does not help. Hmm. If I could attack and throw that back across the river, that'd be ideal. Okay. Oh, okay, artillery and artillery. There's a lot of artillery. That's incredible. There's a lot of men in there, though. I didn't think there'd be as many men. I stand to regret that. Interesting, though, so I've never seen the TOE of a artillery division. That's a lot of guns, though. Okay. Well, there you go, ideal. Okay. I'm going to make sure I can double stack them, otherwise there's no point. Even double stack, they're not going to stand up to much, but at least they'll have something. Triple would be better, really, I've got to say. At least fortification was begun over here, which is a nice thing to have there. I'm going to need them out here, really. Panzers must come back. I cannot afford to keep them out here. No point. No point keeping them out there. Let's move these off the line for the moment. What I'm thinking about doing then is, rather than have the Panthers move all the way back, is have like two there, and maybe even then like two there or something. At least then I can have like a number of Panzer divisions relatively close to the line, so at least it still provides like some something, really. And they're on a depot, which eases their issues. Okay. And then we'll go with that. There's going to be quite a bit of reorganization here, really. Yeah, so at least I've got like 2 there, and then there as well. Yeah, 7 division. Well, what I'm going to try and do now is like get the Romanians deployed out this way, and like just figure out the situation here. Like a Romanian armor isn't going to do me all that much, though. Good. But I would also like to have some divisions out here, so I'm going to maintain some. Just easier said than done, really. Okay, cavalry can be a pretty decent. Okay, yeah, I can have 2 cavalry divisions out there, then. That can't move for now. They can move out that way. I'm going to go ahead and occupy that position there. It makes sense to have any level of fortification continued. Look at them having pioneers. It doesn't even make that much of a difference there. Okay. I feel bad for doing it. Okay, in fact, they can go. Need space. They have a decent number of these R2s, and they may seem pathetic, but they're pretty okay against like infantry. Okay. What I'm trying to work for is just some sort of depth. I don't like having motorized there, but I don't have that much of a choice. Don't like having panzers out there. So if I can keep them relatively close to depot, then at least it's not too bad. Okay, we're kind of getting what I want. It's not perfect by any means. But the general idea is really we have something to fall back to. Kind of regret moving that. Might as well just place them there, but hey ho. Then they're kind of in the hands of fate. They're not really here to be expected to really be reserve. The entire idea of those guys is just they're a bit of a road bump, one would say. But we'll have that reorganized. Yeah, speed bump, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Now they're ready, apparently. Again, it's not pretty. It's going to take some reorganization here. That'll come in the future stream. But it gets us more or less what we need here right now. We do have German divisions marching north. That's an okay amount of manpower. Yeah, that needs to shift up, doesn't it? Yeah. It's not a lot out here. Oh, we actually do... Oh, thankfully we do have another 2 Romanian divisions that can move. That's good. That's very nice, in fact. What is your strategy for winning? Counter on slowing down the Soviets, or... The war's certainly not lost, it's just we need to wait for the opportune time to attack, really. I need to weather the storm until the end of winter, and then once we have spring and summer, it's just... I've got to launch limited counter-attacks. Well, limited offensives. But the idea is the offensive is that I've got to be able to destroy enemy manpower, and just enemy forces, really. Staving off the enemy is also a form of victory in the long run. I just got to be able to maintain. So everything's got to have a real gain, a tangible gain, and one that is viably, well, fairly likely to happen. Otherwise, I'd be better off just not attacking in that manner. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if we can ever regain the initiative. I don't think we can, but if we could try, yeah, which is a shame. So I can't outright win, but well, who knows? It would be nice to try and leave, well, take Leningrad and move forces elsewhere. That's pretty tough. That's where we could cross. Okay. What's that TOE? Not that high, in all honesty. They do gain some interesting guns, though, apparently. They're apparently meant to have 65 of those 160s there. Which is pretty interesting, in fact. I do wonder how they look. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Short range, but they do have a hell of a punch. So pretty interesting, really. Really what I need is morale and things of that nature. Yeah, there's simply more men there in 225th than there is in the SS there. I'm going to have them pulled back. Leave that one there. Right, they're part of Elcor. They're... yeah, okay. I did witness attacks on a line here. Nothing major. But nothing insurmountable either. Oh, that actually looking pretty good now. Okay. Really, I want to position myself so I can attack the rifle division there. And that's the big ideal. Sorry, big idea. Though I don't know if this river will freeze here. It may very likely. Or it may likely, but yeah. But as far as it goes, there's a lot of strength out here. We'd have to try and... I mean, if I could seize the heavy woods over here, then at least I could actually use that. But it's looking pretty difficult. There's a lot of AV there. Well, CV there, I should say. It could even be the case where we simply build up until, I don't know, even until the river freezes, which would be great, or until the actual winter has passed and then attack when we have maximum capability. Like spending the season basically preparing. It's difficult though. But I mean, this is it. It may very well be that I just bring the actual bombers and everything up to this area here. Can't see me pointing, but I'm pointing. and then have the air power go ahead and then try to starve them like that, and then if we ever get a point at which they're isolated, then attack. At least I could do something there. A big gain for us really would be to take the city over here, but that's going to be bloody there. That's going to be exceedingly bloody. Those level 4 forts do not help. It'd be nice to take that out though, so we can make the actual logistics over here work a little bit better. We need specialized units for that sort of action. Yeah. Yeah. In some ways, Leningrad itself looks like a more viable alternative, but you can only have so much attack into that. At least here I can actually amass forces from 4 directions, which makes, well, I can have 12 divisions attack. Like, straight up attack there, which is pretty good. I'm not entirely too trusting there. Of the Leningrad numbers. But yeah, we'll see. We do have 3 divisions over here. Just need to see how to use them. Have forces move out here. Go ahead and form those divisions. Okay, we do have this magical element over here now, which is pretty good. And what's the terrain there? Lightwoods, okay. Psst. That's certainly overkill. Really, I need more infantry along here. I think I'll leave 3 divisions over here then, or maybe 4 just around this area. Because there's a lot of defensible terrain here. Even a core, perhaps. Issue is I have dug in fortifications over here, but there's like a part of me that's like, I don't want to surrender them because they're useful to have. But then it's like, well, if I'm just moving men just to keep a fortification, I'm not really gaining anything if it's not even doing anything. And it means I'm using more men. So really I need to accept this is going to be reduced down. I think we just have to simply embrace that, really. Better to do it quickly. Rip off the band-aid, if you will. So I need to reduce the amount of manpower. And this is it. Do I need 5 divisions here? It does mean that they can't access a road network. And it does mean that there is a swamp over here which we could fall back into. That's all good terrain there. This is really going to be nasty for them to push against, but I don't think they will push against it. Okay, well I can go ahead and do then. Yeah, I just need... Okay, let's think about this. I don't really want to push across the river. I don't really want to leave this position here. But I don't really need to have 5 divisions here. I can't even command 5 divisions properly. Right, tell you what we're going to do. Tell you what we're going to go ahead and do here. Okay, so I've got these divisions here then. I wanna form a assault corps for Leningrad. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a division spend some time in there to help build up the actual city. So they can spend some time there. But yeah, I need to just not have men spent when I don't need them. Because really, what's the threat here? I could even push across the river, and then... but even then, it doesn't matter that much. We've got what we need here. I think positions like this... I mean, granted, I've got the heavy ones there, but I want to... well, actually, they could stay there. They could go there, really. Like so, and then at least they're in the heavy woods there. Yeah. Okay. Really, I've already lost the rails out here, so all I need to do is just maintain the positions I have. Other than that, doesn't really matter, so... I think I need to be like a certain amount of enemy hexes away from the enemy. Something like that. Right, transfer... I'll double check in fact. 98, 91, 94. Eventually I'm going to be able to pull the Italians out of the eastern front and have them moved here. I'm going to try and just maintain German forces in the eastern front, really. Oh, I've actually gone past my time, haven't I? Oopsie. But yeah, we'll continue this. Maybe even tomorrow on the own channel. Who knows? But yeah, apologies. I guess it's not been as interesting of a episode, but there's some important moves that we've had to make there. Had to make there. This situation's reaching a point at which we are kind of approaching stability. Getting there, getting closer to that point, but not quite there yet. But these forces moving up over this way. I mean, this is it. The 17th Army really is going to provide the actual forces here. I do have a number of divisions moving back. They're going to need time to recover. Do have divisions over here. They're marching north. But they're marching along the road, really. Yeah. And I have Sturm units. I was sure as heck I could have made them into support units. I have such low numbers of men to be... They're kind of weird. There's got to be something where I can... I'm sure I can make them into support units, but I don't know. Does it seem like it? Does it really? Shame about that, but it's better anyway. We've got the Kerch over here, which will be more than secured. And have them refit while they are here, then they can at least draw on the actual freight that's in this area, come up to full strength, and then yeah, they should be relatively good to go. Something I need to go ahead and do is start establishing like fortified positions too. Like establishing them really in like a on a 4-back line would be quite good. So we'll take a look at that. I don't really have an issue of men per se. I just need them to get to the front. But I would like to try and bring some TOEs back up in the near future. But we'll see about that. But yeah, thanks for watching that, ladies and gents. Hope you've had a great time. Hope to see you again in the future. If you have enjoyed this episode, you can find me on YouTube at XTRG. Thanks to Stalingrad. Thanks to you guys for watching. You are, of course, mightily attractive as an audience. All of you. Not singular. All of you together. Pretty impressive. Breathtaking, in fact. Until next time, thank you for watching. I have something to say. Jane. Mata Reishi.